Hello, we're going to do a quick 10-minute hip opening. So we're just going to come to sitting on top of the mat. We're going to bring those hands to heart center. Just coming in towards that breath. Grounding in through the feet. Bringing those deep inhales in towards the body. Pausing that breath. And then letting go with a slow exhale. Your next inhale, sweep those hands all the way up overhead, reach all the way through those fingertips. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to your halfway lift, flat back. Exhaling to fold forward. Then placing those hands, we're going to step back with that right foot. And inhale, sweep those hands all the way up overhead, rise up towards a crescent pose. Then we're going to rotate back on arms, coming down towards that warrior two. Feeling the stretch through that left hip, so you bend through that left knee, grounding in through the feet. Just pushing that hip open. Then when you're ready, we're going to rotate back on arms, come back towards that crescent pose, making any adjustments needed. Then we're going to lower that right knee down towards the ground, uncurling those toes. And we're going to bring those fingertips down towards the ground. Your next exhale, slowly pushing back, straight through that left leg, pointing those toes towards the sky, dropping down the chest. Your next inhale, slowly moving forward, pushing those hips forward. Your next exhale, slowly pushing back. Letting go of any tension through that left leg. Next inhale, slowly moving forward. Feel that stretch of the hip as that hip pushes forward. And then one more time, exhaling to push back. And then inhaling to move forward. Then we're going to place down those hands, we'll curl those right toes under, lifting up, stepping that left foot back towards that downward dog. Taking a moment to pull it through the feet. Then your next inhale, slowly walking those feet towards the top of the mat, coming towards that forward fold. Inhaling to your halfway lift, flat back. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to come all the way to standing, hands overhead. And exhale the hands on the heart center. And your next inhale, sweep those hands all the way up overhead. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to your halfway lift. Exhaling to fold forward. Then stepping back that left foot. And your next inhale, sweep those hands all the way up overhead. Rise up towards your crescent pose. Draw those lower ribs in. Stay strong through the core. Next exhale, rotate back on arms, come down towards that warrior two. Gripping the mat with both feet, curling those toes in if needed. Relaxing through the shoulders, extending through the fingers. And just engaging all the muscles of the body. And concentrating on that right hip. Then when you're ready, rotating back on arms, coming back towards that crescent pose, making those adjustments if needed. Your next exhale, we're going to drop that left knee down towards the ground, uncurling those toes, then lowering those fingertips down towards the ground. Your next exhale, slowly pushing back, straight up through that right leg, dropping down the head and the neck. Next inhale, slowly moving forward, pushing those hips forward. Finding that low lunge. And your next exhale, slowly pushing back. Pushing it through that right leg. Next inhale, slowly moving forward. And then one more time, exhaling to push back. And then inhaling to move forward. Then placing down those hands, we'll curl those left toes under, lifting up, stepping that right foot back towards that downward dog. Then your next inhale, we're gonna lift up that right leg, pointing it through those toes. Then your next inhale, we're gonna bend at that right knee. We're gonna draw that right knee in towards the chest. Then we're gonna lower that knee to the outside of that right wrist. We're gonna lower down that left leg. Then you can drop down towards those forearms. We're just coming in towards a half frog pose. So just gonna feel those stretch through those hips. You can move out that right leg a little bit if needed. Giving space at that right hip. Just using that breath to let go of any tension, any stress, or any emotion. Just settling here for 3 more breaths. Your next inhale, you can slowly start to lift. We're going to curl those left toes under, lifting up, then stepping that right foot back towards that downward dog. Taking a moment to pull it through those feet. Then your next inhale, we're going to lift with that left leg, pointing it through those toes. On inhale, bending that left knee, driving the left knee towards chest and lowering over towards the inside of that left wrist, extending that right leg back. And putting those toes. Then again, you can sink down towards those forearms, or you can even rest that head down onto those arms or onto the mat. Just feeling a stretch of that left hip. Using that breath to find the comfort, to release any tension. Then relaxing here for 3 more breaths. Your next inhale, you can slowly start to lift. Putting those right toes under, lifting up, stepping that left foot back towards that downward dog. Taking a moment to pedal it through those feet. Then your next inhale, we're going to slowly start to walk those feet towards the top of your mat. Then when you get to those hands, we're going to walk those feet out just towards the outside. You can keep heels on the mat and turn those toes out. And then we're going to lower those hips down. We're going to come in towards that yogi squat. You can bring those hands towards heart center to keep those elbows to the inside of those knees. And if it's too much, you can roll that mat underneath those heels to give you a little bit more space. Just extending that breath towards those hips. Then you can either stay here if you choose. You can come in towards that twist. We'll extend that right hand to the outside of that right knee. And then sweeping the left hand all the way overhead. Bringing the gaze over towards that left hand. Then exhale, releasing, come back towards center. And then when you're ready, we'll extend the left hand towards the left side, sweeping that right hand all the way overhead. Gaze over towards the right. Just extending out through the chest, reaching out through those fingers. Then on exhale, drop those hands back towards heart center. And then 3 more breaths, staying strong. Feel that stretch of the hips. And then when you're ready, lowering those fingertips down towards the ground. And then on inhale, press in towards those heels, lifting up. Then turn those feet back in. And then just coming towards that forward fold. Grabbing onto the back of those calves if needed. And so letting go. And on inhale, lifting halfway up with a flat back. Exhaling, fold forward. Inhaling, come all the way to standing, hands overhead. And exhale, hands on heart center. And just bringing awareness back in towards that breath. Acknowledging how those hips feel. Noticing how your mind feels. And then just using this practice anytime you need to let go of any extra stress that you're holding on to, any extra emotion that doesn't need to be sitting with you anymore, or just any tension through those hips. Your next inhale, sweep those hands all the way overhead, reaching all the way through those fingertips. On an exhale, dropping those hands down to heart center. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and let me know what else you guys want to see for a quick yoga practice. We'll see you next time.